What is up, everybody? Before this podcast begins, and I'm sorry to interrupt it, we just want to thank some of our sponsors because without them, we definitely would not be where we are today.
Here are our sponsors: GK Calls, Migra Ammunition, Pointe Waterfowl Festival, Gator Decoys, Flipping Bird Apparel, FireBolt Game Calls, Gibraltar Duck Hunters Association.
So again, I am sorry for interrupting the podcast, but again, without these amazing companies and organizations, we would not be where we are today. So I hope you guys enjoy this week's podcast, and here you go.
Ready?
Yep.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to another podcast. Kyle here. This is Chris speaking.
What's going on? This is the first time even introducing, man.
This is my first intro, yeah.
Switched it up. I feel like people are getting kind of tired of my voice.
Yeah.
And I've been bad with cutting you off a little bit here and there, so
It's all good.
things been rolling. But we got a special guest. Do you want to introduce our special guest?
Yeah, we got Blake from Kustom Ammo here.
Blake, what's going on, man?
What's up, guys? I feel honored to be on Chris's first intro
Yeah.
podcast.
We feel honored to have you here, man. We've been talking for a while. It's awesome to finally get to talk to you and meet you really for the first time, and not just high school relationship and texting, or middle school relationship and just texting throughout the whole thing.
Nice. Yeah, no, it's nice to meet you guys. Yeah, we were talking about earlier, I've worked with your dad, Ray, and done a number of projects with you guys, so
Yes.
it's nice to finally connect a little bit more, get to know you better.
And everything has been just absolutely awesome. Like the gifts that we'll get into in the product, we'll get into it more, but it's been awesome to be able to give those little gifts out. Like it goes a lot like further to people than most people think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you kind of
appreciate
go ahead. I'm sorry. Do you want to kind of just introduce yourself, tell people who you are, where you're from, your blood type, everything like that?
Social Security.
Yeah.
the good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
There we go. Now we're talking. Yeah, so my name's Blake. I was born and raised in northern Colorado. Grew up, doing all the normal kid stuff, right? Fishing, playing sports. Lived in Colorado up until 18, then went off to college, played some college ball, and then after that lived everywhere coast to coast. And then my wife and I have 3 boys, and we just moved back to Colorado about 3 years ago.
It's crazy.
So, yeah.
Where'd you play college ball at, if you don't mind me asking? I'm gonna look up your stats after, that's all.
Yeah, there you go. We'll throw the highlight tape up here.
Yeah. The huddle. You got the huddle on there and everything?
Yeah. That I don't think that existed.
No? Okay. So that's just kind of just showing how you...
Yeah. When I was growing up, you were still making DVDs and you were shipping all that out and hoping somebody took a peek at it. So I actually played football. I played free safety at a school called Brigham Young University out in Utah.
I think I've heard of that
I've
before.
definitely heard of that.
Yeah. So we were in the Mountain West, and then I served a 2-year Mormon mission in Bulgaria.
Wow.
And then came back, and we were independent. And so kind of saw 2 different sides of that. But
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Pretty crazy. You kind of want to just tell people about how awesome of a product that you are able to give people?
Yeah, Kustom Ammo is the best. It's the best thing in the whole world.
It is.
What else do I need to say, man?
But I mean, you're putting pictures on these shells, and they are just absolutely insane to me. Anything you're printing on them, it's awesome. You kind of just want to break into that and how you got started with it.
Yeah. So Kustom Ammo is great. All jokes aside, it is a good product. But yeah, so it's from what I understand and believe, and from what I've seen out there, we're the first company that can take literally a picture, an image, You know, if you want to throw Chris sucks at shooting, whatever you want to put on there,
we
you
might
can
put that on
on
his turkey loads.
Yeah.
His turkey.
Yeah, but people do that, man. Hey man, I got a box of shells for you. Here you go.
Might not be a bad idea.
But yeah, so
Don't give
that's
that
kind of
idea.
the idea. That's kind of the idea. It's just that what about 10 years ago, I started knocking doors. I was selling alarm systems, door to door, grinding away. And a few years into that, I was seeing shotgun shells on people's mantles, on their desks, just generic shells. Maybe they had been fired, maybe they hadn't. And it kind of got the wheels turning in my head a little bit. Like, all right, like, I like swag. I like these kinds of things. What if that had, an American flag or Don't Tread on Me or something kind of next level on it? I would rock that on my desk or something. And so from there, went home, started Googling, internet searching and trying to find something. I'm sure someone does this. I just haven't seen it, right?
Mhm.
And, after a few minutes, I kind of start realizing like, oh, geez, like I'm not seeing anything. Like maybe there's an opportunity here, or maybe somebody's done it and they failed. That was kind of my initial thoughts, was like, dude, I'm sure somebody's done this. It just didn't work out, or they didn't market it, or whatever it might have been. But yeah, sure enough, man, I couldn't find anything. And so that was in early 2018, and then spent about the next year and a half trying everything really to create this, whether that be hand drawing, printing a sticker and putting it on there, maybe a vinyl wrap, like really looked into all different avenues of it. And then about a year and a half in, got to the process that you see there on your desk that we use today.
It's just crazy to me how you can get so detailed with some of this stuff.
Yeah, look at these logos right here we have. It's just so detailed. We'll show the camera.
We'll post a picture even on our Instagram when we post the podcast. But it's insane to me how that's even possible. And what's even crazier to me is with you growing up in Colorado, you said fishing and not even hunting. Yeah. So what kind of got you involved with the shotgun? Like, I know you've seen them on the mantle, but like for someone not hunting at all, why not do like lures instead? Like why shotgun shells, if anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, again, like I like the swag stuff, and like, dude, I've seen customized spatulas, pens, obviously t-shirts, hats. That's like a common one. But I don't know. I just felt like it was a blank canvas. And like, it's an opportunity, I guess, as an entrepreneur. I saw it as an opportunity of like, man, I know that people are passionate about hunting, not having any experience in it, right? Just knowing I've got cousins from Texas, and I've got family that does some hunting, and just here and there, like they love it. Like every dollar an extra day they have off goes to hunting, getting the new scope or the new camo or whatever it might be. They're all in. And so I just feel like people buy off of emotion, right? They feel connected to something. And so I just imagined some guy out in Alabama with his Roll Tide shells, and I thought, man, who wouldn't want to buy that?
Roll Tide Willie. That's probably him you're thinking about. Yeah. Roll Tide Willie.
Yeah, or you think about like the guy who put the cardboard sleeves that go on a coffee cup. Right? Like that guy's probably some multi-millionaire living on a beach in Mexico, not a care in the world. Like I just kind of thought like, man, there's opportunities and there's things out there. And even if you don't know anything about the industry, I think if you're just looking for opportunity and looking, hey, could I do this or could I do that? And you don't even have to necessarily invent things, right? Like this is kind of unique and nobody did this. But sometimes it's just taking something that's already done and doing it better. But in this specific reason, I guess to answer your question, it was just I saw an opportunity and I wanted to explore why this hasn't been done or find out why it had been done and failed. And so it's just a curiosity.
It's pretty crazy though, even thinking, and it takes a lot for somebody that isn't even into like the hunting world. One, just to know what kind of shells that are going to be best for your product, and all the time and effort to just learn about everything. I mean, it's something brand new to you, so you don't know even where to begin at, right? Like you just see these shells, and it takes a lot of just time and effort and reading into it to understand it. And I think that's where a lot of people kind of fall off the trail that they're on. Yeah, because they just don't want to put that much time and effort into it.
Yeah, I mean, you get to a point I mean, it's kind of like, I imagine like when you go bowling and you have the rails when you're little. Like you put, hey, well, it's probably why your scores are so high. Right?
Was that why?
That's why. Yeah. Well, but you just put the ball into motion and it bounces this way and it kind of comes back and it goes, it's all still going in the same direction. And I feel like custom ammo was kind of like that, right? Like you have this idea and you put the ball into motion and you do an order for this guy and he says, hey man, that was cool, but like, what if you did this? And you bounce off that rail and then you're kind of going. And then this guy says, hey, what if we could put ashes in the shells and you did empty holes? Oh, okay, boom, you bounce off that and that gets you a little further. Like it's any business, and this isn't just custom ammo. Like you're listening to the customer and you're getting the feedback from the customer, and that moves things along in a direction that, again, I thought this would be American flags, maybe a Trump shell, and that would be it. But the things that people come up with that they want to do, man, it's really cool and it's really exciting and unique. And it's things I don't have the creativity to even think of, right?
I feel like it's cool too, even seeing like the stories behind what people want on their shells.
Yeah.
Like I know I have some of both of my dogs and me and the two dogs, or our logo or the Migra logo. So I bet it's pretty cool to see things from different people's perspective, I guess, or their, what's going on in their life, I guess,
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, like back to the blank canvas idea, like this is just another method to tell a story. Right. And so, I mean, I had a guy call me the other day that's like, hey, I'm not dead yet, obviously, but I'm preparing for that day. Could you do blank shells and put this and that? And here's my nickname. And, he's preparing to have his ashes shot or loaded. And then he's going to gift these to, family members and things. And, I've done a number of people whose buddy died or hunting dog died. I mean, there's just so many things, again, like you said, it really is stories. I mean, you get the businesses, the oil and gas companies that say, hey, I need 5,000 rounds, here's my logo, cut and dry, easy, ship them out.
Right.
But then there really are, some pretty emotional, even stories and conversations that you have with people, which is cool, fun to be a part of.
To just keep that's motivation, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're reaching a certain amount of people, or the right people that they trust you enough to be able to tell their story through just a shotgun shell.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Again, like it just, I don't know, like you think, oh, I'll just make some custom shells and some people buy them and whatever, right? But yeah, you're right. Like as you go and like people share some, intimate things with you, like, man, it makes you tear up sometimes, like it's pretty heart-wrenching conversations with people. Little bit of therapist, you're just listening and really feel for people that have gone through some stuff.
Man, that'd be kind of tough.
Yeah. That's got to give you like a whole different drive though to want to do it though.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, if you can help somebody cope with something that's been difficult for them, or on the flip side, celebrate. I also have those conversations with someone that's like, hey, man, my dad's been in the Army for, 25 years, and he's retiring. I want to honor him. Or, again, this guy the other day had a buddy who was coming out of the Marines, and so he wanted to make a really cool custom box. And so we did some cool different designs with that. And so, it's not all doom and gloom and sad. Like there is the other side of like, man, you're celebrating in a cool way that people have never seen. I think that's another really cool piece to it is almost every single day, whether it's an email, text, DM, or a phone call, man, I've never seen this. I can't believe nobody's done this. How'd you figure this out? Like every day.
And here we are just talking doom and gloom. And you're right, though. I mean, even the good stories, though, man, it's pretty cool just to, I don't know, hear about.
Yeah, and it's fun. I mean, it's all storytelling, like you said, back to the emotional, like people buy because there's that emotional connection. And even if it's at a business level, like, dude, I start custom ammo, the first thing I want, dude, let's make some hats, let's make some shirts. Like people want to see, they want to see their logo on different things.
Definitely.
And it's even cool. Like I think we got like 80 or 100 of our shells that we've been able to give out to people that come out and hunt or people on the podcast. Which I'd give you a shell, but I mean, obviously they came from your house in the beginning. It's just, I don't know. It's a thing, like you said, you give to people, and you don't realize like how far just that one little shell with your logo on can actually go, and how cool and how many people just attract to something that magnitude, like that small, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, if you go into a golf shop anywhere in America, anywhere in the world, you go into a pro shop, what are they going to sell? Golf balls,
right?
T-shirts, hats with their logo on it, right? And so I think as an outfitter, another conversation I'm starting to have with a lot of them is, hey, man, like, people are spending good money to come out and hunt. You know, why not give them something that one, markets your outfit, but two, it's something unique that they could put on their desk. You know, they come out and visit you in Michigan. Let's put your logo on there, put whatever bird or animal you're chasing on a shell, and then, I don't know, throw a Michigan flag on there. That goes on their desk. Their buddy comes into their office and says, hey, what are these shells? Oh, hey, my buddy Kyle out in Michigan. Dude, this is his outfit. Check him out. Like, it instantly not only gives back to the hunter and the people that are spending good money to you, but then it's a conversation piece for who knows how many people who see those shells.
I guess too, if someone's out, like if they're a hunter, you kind of going to pick that up right away, because they're going to just gravitate towards that shell, and the people that don't, like, they're just going to go the other way, which is perfect. Like, let me separate these people. I'll have a 2-hour conversation with you in my office, no problem, but I don't know.
Yeah, right. Hey, I've been thinking about hunting, or I've always wanted to go out to Michigan. How was that? Like, I don't know. Again, I think it just creates talking points and talking pieces in a unique way that people haven't seen.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, which I like. It's cool.
Very smart of your thought process behind all of this. With starting this whole thing, I kind of like to talk to people about maybe some ups and downs with the beginnings, because I feel like me and Chris talk about it all the time, where people reach almost like almost to the peak of it, and then they just can't get over that hump, and then finally something big happens and they get over it, and it just skyrockets. But there's too many people that fall off right before that big jump. I just kind of curious to see how you like overcame any small issues, or if there were any issues even.
Yeah, I mean, I think unique to this situation, when you're creating something that hasn't been created, there was a lot of challenges, you know, and I think the biggest thing is doubt too, of just like, dude, there's a reason no one's done this. This is a dumb idea. No one cared. Like, I think sometimes we're our worst critic, and maybe our biggest obstacle too is just those thoughts. At least for me, it was a lot of those thoughts early on of like, dude, you've never even been hunting. Like, what the hell are you? What are you doing?
It's so crazy to me.
You don't know anything about this. Like, why are you dipping your toes into this pool? You don't even know how to swim. Right? So I think I had a lot of those thoughts, but then also I was confident in my ability to see do hard things and see things through and figure things out. I think that's another thing is, you know, another way to look at entrepreneurship is like, dude, you wear all the hats early on, especially. You don't have a marketer, you don't have a developer, you don't have all those things. You're everything. And so I think just having a little bit of grit to get through those early days and those early months and even years of like, hey, just keep going, keep going, keep going. And so with Kustom Ammo, we kind of talked about it a little earlier, like, how do you do this? Is it a sticker? Do you paint them? Do you spray paint them? Like, man, I really thought of so many different things. And so, but then also being committed to, I want this to be better. Like, this isn't it. I got to keep going. Because I think it would be easy early on to be like, all right, man, like, yeah, I could just get an American flag sticker and put it on the shell. And like, here's a shell with an American flag sticker. But like,
it's not going to be the same.
No.
This isn't it, man. That's not it. Right. And so just keeping true to, I don't know, what would you call that? The end goal, the vision.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the end goal for sure. I mean, you're not taking a shortcut and just trying to push product out there, and you know, you're giving the people what they want, and not just, you know, it's something that's going to peel off in maybe less than a year or a week or whatever it may be.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's 2025. This started in 2018. You know, there was a lot of years in there, And even I mean, when COVID happened and ammo was impossible to get, I mean, that for me was hey man, I'm just going to take a step back.
Right.
Okay. Like we kind of got the wheels going. We figured out how we're going to do this. And then at the time, the person who was helping me make the shells, she was like, hey, I'm too busy. I can't take this on. And then COVID happened. It was kind of, and maybe that's one of those bumper things that we talked about earlier with the bowling ball. Like that was a big one of like, dude, the person that was helping me, she's out, and COVID ammo was so hard to find. All right, I'll hit the pause button for a little bit here. And then, you know, like I was telling you guys about a year and a half ago, was like, hey, I'm going to go all in. We're going to really go after this. And it's been all gas since.
That's important too. And another thing that me and Chris talk about is just when you do go all in, you better go all in, because there's nobody that's going to be backing you. It's you.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, like I've brought on some like part-time sales reps and like kind of some different things. And it's like, I think what I've learned in this too is like, no one is going to care about your business as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
As cool as someone might be, as nice as someone might be, like, dude, it being yours, that there's a different level of care and meaning that comes with that. That's not saying that you can't have good people, and you know, there are good people out there that work for companies that do good work, but you know, that care level as the owner, like, man, that really hits different. You know,
able for them to talk to people and you trust them on what they're saying or saying the right thing, or
quality control.
It's tough because I mean, even with us here, like, you know, finding the people that have the drive to want to go out and hunt every weekend, and just like the same passion, the same goals, and it does get very difficult because, like you said, it's a big trust thing that you're gonna have to trust the people that you're putting your product in their hands for them to sell. If they don't do it the right way or the way that you want them to do it, then that might be that one thing that absolutely tanks you, basically. Not tanks you, but you kind of know what I'm saying.
It's a setback. Yeah. I mean, again, like we hit on this earlier, you know, you're having some pretty emotional, powerful conversations with people about, you know, both intimate things, but also really celebratory things and like big moments. And like the last thing I want is that, you know, you've seen those like botched statues of like these athletes. It's like the last thing I want is to send you guys or someone some shells. And it's like, dude, who is that supposed to be? What is
sticker on there?
Yeah, right. Like I want it to deliver, and as good as the shells look online and stuff, like I feel like they look even better in person. And so,
for sure, I can completely contest to that one, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, like with you, can anybody send you shells? Like how do you usually go about all of this?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways about it. The Migra shells that you have there, and like Migra and Mark and Drew and those guys, they've been a great, you know, relationship, partnership to Kustom Ammo. There's a lot more design capability when you're working with a white hull, right? Like I can pretty much do any logo design that you could imagine. And so I think it depends on what the person's looking for. If it's just like, hey, I want this exact picture or this exact design, I'm going to push them to those Migra shells because I'm going to be able to do that. Right? Because if you send me a red hole or, you know, a 20 gauge yellow hole, you know, there's certain colors and things that just won't work with that. Right? And so a lot of that, some of the process is just guiding and making sure that people still get what they want, but then still making sure that it's high quality and that they're going to like it. Right. And so there's kind of that balance. I've had people send in shells, but depending on the whole color, that's going to determine the direction that we can go.
It's going to be tough too. I mean, obviously, if they're not shooting a Migra, they're already messing up as it is. But, you know, trying to convince somebody enough to kind of buy that shell for this reason and spend even more money, I guess. It you know, it might be a little bit difficult, I guess.
Well, it just depends on the end use, the end user, right? Like the thing that's nice about Migra, like you said, I mean, that 2-4 stacked steel shot, like, dude, that's a good shot that you can kill a lot of different bird types with.
100%.
Right? You're not kind of painted into a corner of like, well, if I get this shell, I can really only do this. I like it for that reason. but then, hey, I still have guys, we just rolled out lead shot about a month ago. And so that's been massive, massive, massive. A lot of trap shooting or upland hunting, like that's really opened up a lot of doors in that avenue. A lot of these oil and gas guys, like they'll host different people and they'll do these shoots and these hunts. And so now we can put their logo on a lead shot. Whereas for the first year, we really were just doing those steel shot Migra rounds. But now we're really doing a lot of everything.
Is it just the shotgun cartridges just alone that you guys do? I mean, there's no other kind of shell or anything that you do?
No, not at this time, yeah. So we don't do any kind of brass or anything like that. I've had people ask about it, but I think for me and custom ammo, like right now, again, like as far as a colorful picture, I think we're the only ones out there that do this. I know there's a couple people that you can put a name in black ink or maybe a logo, but the full, spectrum of colors and design, we can really do anything. And I think for custom ammo, that's not always going to be the case. There's going to be people that come and that do this. It always happens. But I think what's important for me and what we're trying to build is I want to be like the go-to, the name out there with custom shotgun shells. I want to dominate and own that market. And so maybe down the road we'll do brass. But right now and up to now, all the energy and effort that I've put into this has been dialing in, hey, how do we make custom shotgun shells the best out there?
Right. That makes sense.
You're definitely doing that. They look good.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Just appreciating you guys appreciating me.
Now, I only see the 12 gauge shells.
Mm-hmm.
What size shells do you or can you go to, or what ones do you prefer people to get?
I mean, at the end of the day, I want people to get what they want, right? That's always the goal. And usually that means getting the gauge, the shot type, it's really getting specific to exactly what they want. But so far we've done 12 gauge and 20 gauge.
Okay.
But both high brass, low brass, 3-inch, 2 3/4, there's a good variety there. But again, depending on kind of what you're looking for, like the lead shot, they're a clear hole. So a lot of what we're doing is, I should have brought shells. I
think I just seen a picture of that with the was it the 24/7 hunt one?
No, it was
like a duck though, wasn't it? Like a dead.
Yes.
Duck? Okay, I did see that.
We just posted probably a week or two ago. It was an air duct cleaning company.
Oh.
So it's kind of a play on words, right? So they have a duck. Yeah, dude, it turned out really cool. So it's a duck logo, but they're air duct cleaning, right? So you can do a little bit of color with those clear holes. Here, I actually have some 20 gauge. I don't know if you can see those.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So this was a company, Rocky Ridge Ammo.
Okay.
So they sent me a bunch of these 20 gauge tungsten rounds. And so they had a couple different designs. There we go.
I just seen that. You just posted those too, right? Not that long ago?
Yeah, probably a couple weeks ago.
Was
Yeah.
it that long ago? Okay.
I'm so.
I know it becomes a blur.
It's on there. That's all. That's all that matters. It's on there. But that's a good example of kind of what you were asking earlier of, even ammo companies will reach out and say, hey, I want to do a run of 200 of these or 4 or 5 cases of these, and this is the design. You mentioned the 24/7 hunt ones. I just sent out
something in the making, kind of.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I was gonna say you could just leave it at that if you want. Just something in the making, something.
It's been posted. It's out there. So they posted about it. The 24/7 hunt guys have too. So, that was kind of a cool collab that I was able to work with Migra and the guys over at 27 Hunt. So yeah, dude, there's just, I think honestly, one of the biggest challenges with this is helping people realize that this is even a thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
You don't know what you want. You can't want something if you don't even know it's out there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, and getting to the right people's hands to really see how much of the like a talk this show could be.
Yeah,
because like even like this podcast, we always talk about like reaching the certain amount of people. I don't care if we get thousands of views or millions of views, whatever, as long as we reach the right people to learn something, right?
Sure.
I guess it's the same way with the shows. You just want the right people to have them and know about it.
Yeah, because there's lots of people that hunt, right? There's tons of people that hunt. There's tons of people that shoot shotgun shells every single day, and across the world, people are shooting those shells right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know, right? Before you could get a custom hat,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't even know that was a thing, right? And then hey, I came up with a way you can put your logo on a hat. It's the same thing right now with shotgun shells, is, getting enough exposure out there and again, like introducing the idea to people.
Right.
Like, again, those are conversations I'm having daily, like Instagram every day. Is this really what I think it is? Like, is this really a shotgun shell with like, yeah, man, like
it's
that's
usable
it.
too, man. You can shoot it right off.
Yeah. And so I think that's, back to the question about maybe challenges and hurdles is, uniquely to something when you're introducing a product to a market that's never been done before, man, that's an uphill battle, but I believe that it's worth it. And once you get to the top of that hill, I think it'll be a commonplace, I don't know, 5, 10, 20 years from now, who knows how long. It's like, well, why would you just have a blank shotgun hole? That doesn't make any sense, right?
I feel like there's going to be more like positives in a situation like you're in, just because there's nobody else there compared to like a flooded market.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, let's use like just podcasts alone, for example. There's a ton. It's a flooded market right now with hunting podcasts and all over the country. So it's hard to kind of stand out and get your name out there when there's a ton of great ones. But for you, it's
differentiate.
Yeah. So it's just like, do we speak Spanish the whole time and just like what's going on? But for you, like it's yes, it might be difficult in the beginning, but you're consistently seeing growth, which is obviously very important to have as a business owner.
Yeah, you're definitely taking that the thoughts from other customers and whatnot and taking that into consideration. I think that's huge as well.
Yeah.
Well, and I think too, like what's cool about one of the cool things about custom ammo is it's not just one use.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got people who it's like, man, they've bought for their brother's birthday, and then there's daughter's graduation, and then there's Father's Day, and then, like once you become a custom ammo customer, man, the repeat business is really, really good. Whether that's from a business that's reordering or the one individual user who, again, has graduations and birthdays and Christmas and they just, maybe they've got a club or a logo. Like, I think that's what's kind of cool about it is it's not just like, oh, this is the one thing that we do, the one design. Once you get it, you kind of have it and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the blank canvas idea, like, hey man, you got an idea? Let's try it. Let's try to make it.
You got to be open-minded.
Yeah. I mean, you can use this for anything. It's essentially a business card.
Well, that's what's so crazy about it. It's just like one of the most unique ways of just, promoting something. It's genius, honestly. It's insane.
And it's funny you mentioned the business card thing. I mean, when I went to our first trade show about a month ago, and I gave out some blank holes, right? Because like when you go to a trade show, you're going to get a million business cards, right? They're all going to go in the same place. You look at some of them, throw most of them away. You hand someone a blank hole with your name, email, phone number, and stuff on there. They put that in their pocket, backpack. Like that thing's they got to do something with it, right? Like they got to handle it, and that's what you want. You want people to touch it. You want people to see it. But, anyways, yeah, I don't know. It is. I don't know. It's been a fun journey, and I don't know. I've been hesitant to even say, man, I've never been hunting, right? I mean,
it's crazy. Before I get onto that, because I've been thinking that the whole time. It's like this guy does he's never even. I mean, he's hunted, but he's not hunted like this his entire life. It's just still bizarre to me. But like GK, like our call sponsor, you got like your legs bands for ducks and geese, and they put them on some turkeys and every other bird out there. They did a business card with like on a goose band. Mm-hmm. So same kind of concept where, maybe they'll just put that on your lanyard, So people think you got a whole bunch of the bands or whatever, but in reality, it's just a business card right there with you all the time. It's something, like you said, you're not going to throw it away, and it's people going to want to see it.
Yeah.
But yes, back to the whole not hunting thing, man. Like, it's just it's
we gotta get into this a little bit.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. Like, why? I guess I'll start off with that. The why. Like what? You just not grow up in like a huge family with hunting, or?
Yeah, so I guess my only memory of my dad talking about hunting was he went bear hunting with my grandpa, and he was like, it was freezing, we walked around, we never didn't see any animals, and I was cold the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't hunt. I'm like, all
Makes
right.
sense.
Yeah, I was like, that sucks. Yeah, it makes sense. I get it. I see where you're coming from. But also, I mean, really, when I was younger, I played a lot of sports, and that kind of dominated a lot of time. And not to say you can't play sports and hunt, because obviously you can, but that dominated a lot of time. And then, yeah, I mean, in the summers, we did a lot of fishing, but I think most people probably got into hunting from a buddy or a family member who's like, hey, let's go out on a hunt. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I didn't have that. I was born in, I think I said that earlier, in Colorado, in northern Colorado, and there's certainly plenty of hunting going on out here, but I was just never really introduced to it at an early age. And as I've gotten older, I went hunting for the first time actually 2 months ago.
How did you like it?
It was awesome.
Okay.
It was great. Yeah, it was sweet. We went pheasant and quail hunting.
That's cool. I've never done that.
Yeah, it was fun, dude. It was a lot of fun. Shot the shotgun 4 times. Killed a bird every time I pulled the trigger.
That's awesome.
I was proud of that, right?
You should be, because that's impressive. Honestly,
That is, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was the guys I was with were like, dude, you said you'd never been hunting before. I was like, dude, I've shot guns before, just haven't shot an animal with them, right? And so it was really cool. It was cool to go through the experience of, killing the animal, and then, the next day eating the animal, right? And I think for me, like, I have 3 boys that are young, and I'm getting them into these things, and I love that idea with hunting, and I've always loved that idea of, like, we live in a world now where I don't think there's a lot of trust with the things that we get pushed on us and that we eat. And you look at hunting, and it's like, man, out here in Colorado, I can go get an over-the-counter elk tag, and that's some of the purest and best meat that you could get,
and a lot of it.
Yep.
and a lot of it, right? And I love that idea. And so, I think that's what's cool about each of us. We all have the opportunity to kind of write our own story. And I didn't grow up hunting. That wasn't something that I was introduced to, or really, I guess, even had the desire to do, right? I was focused on other things. But now, hey, this is something that I see, I don't know, what do you say? I see the desire in myself to, like, hey, let's pursue this a little bit. And doing custom ammo, I think, has brought a lot of that out. I've rubbed shoulders with a lot of guys like yourself and other people who I see how it's benefited their life. And there's lessons to be learned in hunting too, which I think you guys.
100%. There's a ton of lessons, and it's pretty interesting. Like, even like the way you're getting introduced. Obviously, not a lot of people do it that way. But
a little unique.
It's, I don't know. I feel like there's such a good learning moment with however anybody gets into the outdoor industry. You're going to see a lot of ups and downs in the beginning, or, if you're going out for the first time all by yourself, how to figure out what you can and can't do, or where you can go. And I don't know. It's just very neat how you're getting introduced to it all. And like we talked about before, surrounding yourself with good people will just make you enjoy it that much more. And especially with just your boys alone, introducing them out there, that's important.
Yeah, I mean, the people that I've talked to about it, I mean, they talk about the memories and the time and, like, how special those moments are. We live in a world that we're so connected to technology, and we need to be available through text and call and email and social media. Like, we're going. I like the idea of just, hey, leave the phone, go out in the woods, get lost, connect, have a conversation, make a fire.
Right.
Like, I think anybody would benefit from that.
Oh yeah.
Hunting or not.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, Chris and I talk about it a lot, like the respect for the animals itself. With not growing up as a hunter, and when you do harvest an animal, I feel like you have that much more of a respect for what you're doing. You just kind of understand it in a different perspective than most people. If you grow up hunting and you just want to go out there and just, kill, it's not the same, I feel like. You know what I mean? You just don't have the same respect for that animal.
You gain so much more respect and just overall knowledge of the animals as well. Like, we talk about that all the time. Like, you learn so much every time you go out and hunt. Animals act different all the time,
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously eat meat, and you go eat a cheeseburger. You're not thinking about the cow that died, right? You're just slamming that double for In-N-Out or whatever, right? But when you kill the bird, and I mean, you feel the warm meat in your hands, like, it's I don't know, it's an eye-opening experience, and there is a level of gratitude of like, man, this bird gave its life. So, and I didn't even have to eat that meat, but it's just, I don't know. There was those, I had some of those moments now that you kind of talk about that for sure.
That's pretty cool. You say you're big into fishing. What kind of fishing do you do?
We did a lot of like trout fishing, like on rivers.
Okay.
So, mostly up in Wyoming, so up on the Snake River. So you get rainbow trout, brown trout.
It's probably gorgeous out there.
Oh, I mean, have you guys ever been up to like Grand Teton National Park or anything?
And I'm missing a lot. I feel like just off of like your expressions here.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I mean, I live in Colorado. I can see the Rocky Mountains right out my window right now. And when you go to the Tetons and you see the pictures and the views, like, I don't know, I can't even find words to describe it, right? Like, as beautiful as there's so many pretty places in the world, but there's something unique about specifically the Grand Teton area and the Snake River, and Jackson Hole it's kind of a touristy thing now, but it's still such a small town. You drive 10 minutes and you're gone. You're out in the woods and you're on the river, and it gives you a sense of really what this place has looked like for millions of years. And so, but it's beautiful, man. Yeah, I guess that's similar, right? You go fishing and you harvest a fish. It's a little similar to
100%.
So I guess I've experienced that to some extent. So, but yeah, we just not fly fishing. No, not a big fly fisher. Just using. My dad always said quantity over quality. We're just catching a lot.
Right.
And I know that's true, right? Because I've got boys and I'll take them fishing, and if we don't catch a fish,
they're probably pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, pissed! It's a failure. Waste of time. There's tears. Like, there's all
doing this instead of this.
Yeah. Oh, did everything. Yeah. It's all the emotions are coming out, right? But so for me, I'm just, hey, we're doing spinners. We're hitting holes. We're hitting as many as we can.
Let's catch some dang things.
Yeah, but lots of good memories doing that with my dad and brothers, and we've got a raft that we would take out there and do a little white water, and so
pretty sweet.
Really, really cool spot to do it.
I think that's one of my goals, honestly. One of my bucket list hunts, I should say, is like a Colorado goose hunt.
That'd be sweet.
With the snow on the ground, but then geese just flying like right level with the dang ground, and you got the mountains in the background. I've seen videos of it, man, and it looks just absolutely incredible.
There's a guy, his name's Dustin Christensen out here. He runs Big Thompson Outdoors, and he calls it the train station. And again,
things are dying there.
Oh man, doesn't mean a lot coming from me. Not a big getting into hunting, right? But dude, from the videos, and I've met him a few times, and I've been out there and seen it. Like, dude, if you're gonna come out here and hunt, that's the place to do it right there.
Might have to pick your brain about him or get his contact information from you.
I will. He's an awesome guy, man. He does a good job out there, and it's the perfect setup. Perfect.
Awesome.
It's really cool. It's on this little lake, and he's got the floating decoys, and he pops open these doors, and it's wild. It's wild.
Maybe
Crazy.
next year, maybe we could plan something out with you being into fishing in our backyard. Like literally, we walk right outside the podcast room, and it's the Detroit River. Next spring, we can get you in for a walleye trip and then a turkey hunting trip that same weekend. Maybe get you a first turkey or something.
There you go. That'd be sweet, man. I would love that.
Kind of get both the best world, or both the best worlds, like the fishing and the hunting.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Bring the
I would
boys
love
too.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, what are they? They're 8, 6, and 4.
Well,
So
maybe give them a couple years because that plane ride or car ride would be miserable. I feel like
we'll bring maybe the older 2 or something.
that'd be good. That'd be for your sake. That is not that I wouldn't want them all here, but for your sake, your sanity in the vehicle.
No, they're good.
You got any other questions?
Yeah. So, what's the craziest thing you put on a shell? It's the craziest, funniest thing you put on the shell.
It might be tough to say.
Yeah,
like,
I know it's probably tough to
loud.
say. Yeah.
No, I have that thought often. Like, is there anything I wouldn't do? Right. I think that's probably one of the best ones. Is a guy had ordered some shells. I forget the guy's name, but he had a buddy they were going hunting with, and let's say his name was Blake, and it was like Blake sucks or Blake's a horrible shot, and he was like, dude, he's gonna be so surprised when he sees these shells. I just thought that was a funny idea. Like, I can imagine getting out there and your buddy's like, hey, dude, I got you some shells, and you're like, all right, cool. And you open them up, and you're like, come on, man.
Kyle did that to me.
Yeah.
Put some shells on that says Chris sucks.
Oh, I'm definitely doing that this year.
Outside of that, it's good money, right? So I think people realize that too. Like, all right, like I'll have a little bit of fun with this, but no, I would say that I don't know. That's the one that comes to mind. I'm sure there's other ones I'm blanking on, but a lot of dog pictures, a lot of businesses, a lot of outfits, that's most of it. And then also the gifting, man. Every day we get orders we sell 3 pre-designed 3-packs on our website. So whether it's a trunk pack or a police pack, a vet pack, a lot of those are going out.
Yeah, like the vets and just giving back wise stuff like that is pretty awesome.
I think we all have people in our life who are hard to shop for, right? That person that kind of has it all, and so I think Kustom Ammo kind of gives people a way to, hey man, for someone who's got it all, I promise they've never seen this.
Yeah.
So whether it's something you see online or you want to design them, I think it gives people. I heard that a lot at the trade show when I was there a month ago. Just, man, this is the perfect gift for my dad or my uncle or my brother. But anyways.
Yeah, it definitely is though. It's cool.
Anything? I just had one. I completely forgot what it was.
That's about
I'll remember it, and I'll probably call you in like 20 minutes or whatever it may be and ask you about it.
No, I think that's cool. You guys, you do a great job.
Appreciate that.
Oh, okay. It came to me. I'm sorry. One last thing. So it's got to be so hard for you with being the only one, and maybe I've already talked about this a little bit. Kind of even getting like videos out and stuff like that. Like you don't want to kind of give too much away to other people, kind of knowing the whole system and knowing how everything works. But then also you have to get content out there for people to see it too. I mean, it's kind of got to be somewhat tough or difficult to kind of keep it behind closed doors, but at the same time to really get the name out there and the process out there.
Yeah, I think we touched on this a little earlier, but I think, for me, reputation and customer service and, those things come first. There's going to be people that figure out, maybe they do it the way that we do it, or maybe they find out a different way to do it, but there's going to be people that do it. But I just believe that if we treat people good and we do the right thing, that even when other competition comes, people will continue to come to Kustom Ammo because of how we treated them and the experiences that they had. And so that I just kind of build that. That's kind of the foundation of what we do here is just, hey, treat people good, deliver a good product. And whether or not people come out and when competition comes, because it's going to happen, it doesn't matter, because if it's cheaper or even if it's more expensive or whatever it might be, hey, we go back to Kustom Ammo because those guys treated us good and they do a good job.
Definitely.
And I feel like if we build on that,
Sky's the
come
limit.
what may.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, are you doing it full time now? Let's try to dive into all of that. But is this full time?
I do it as much as I want, if that makes sense.
It's got to be a good feeling to go from a spot where you have nothing, like no knowledge of any of this, but then going to like that answer right there. Like it just shows yourself like how all the hard work and dedication and
It's
time.
really paying off.
Yeah, it's a success story. It's a successful thing, you know, and it's got to be a good
a
feeling.
lot of those doubts and
Right.
feelings and thoughts that, I had in the beginning. Yeah, there's a sense of validation when it's like, dude, I'm getting orders every single day, and I can keep that machine on all day if I needed to. And so, really grateful for a lot of people, like even you guys, like you need those people early on who find you, who believe in you, and who give you a chance, right? Because once you've already made it and you're a proven concept, everybody wants it, right? But you need people, the Rays, the Great Lakes, like you need guys like that early on that are like, hey man, I think you got something good going on here, and they believe in you. So without people like yourself, man, I mean, this never happens. And so really just grateful for the community and all the Kustom Ammo fans that are out there, man. It's growing day by day. Grateful to be a part of it.
That too. I mean, it's hard because it's hard to like kind of, you want to show how much you enjoy a product or, a call or whatever it may be. But then also you don't want to come off as like the greedy, want stuff for free. You know what I mean? So it's just, there's a lot of people out there. It's just kind of hard sometimes. And obviously that's not what we're trying to do. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's a difficult thing because you see, I don't know. I'm gonna get down a rabbit hole I don't even want to get down
It's all
into.
good. I get it. Every day I get people. Just the other day a guy messaged me and was like, hey, I'm getting married and I've got all these groomsmen, and like, do you want to send me some shells and I'll post about it? And a year and a half ago probably would have done it, right?
100%.
But now it's like it's hard for a business too. Like, how do you balance? I hate saying no to people,
Gotta
right?
make money though at the end of the day, man.
Business is business.
But you got to make money. And so I think early on, I was a lot more open to the idea of those things. Like, hey, just get it out there, get it out there, get it out there. But as time has grown and we've grown as a business, I don't do that as much. But we still donate a bunch to charities and have nonprofits reach out, and banquets that need an auction item. Like, we still do a ton of that stuff too. So
That's awesome. We'll have to get a hold of you after the podcast about Pointe Mouillee, maybe getting some. We'll talk about that later. Don't worry about that now.
Let's do it.
But you got anything else?
I'm pretty good. You pretty much touched on everything today. It's
good.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure having you on, man. It's finally getting to talk to you, getting out of that middle school relationship from behind just the texting situation that we had going on.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been a pleasure and been awesome to kind of just see the whole process of what is now Kustom Ammo. Just to see the road that you've been on.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
appreciate that. No, it's been awesome spending some time with you guys. I appreciate it, and look forward to working with you again soon.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Good. I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Yeah.
Got anything?
No.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something. I'm sorry.
You do the outro this time.
Okay, so I appreciate it again, Blake. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I guess until the next one.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll see you guys.
Bye.
Thanks, boys.
Shoot, you know what I